This series has been defined by pitching and offense last night. Pitching took the win. We'll see what gives here tonight. Megan Faremo in the circle. 2 straight complete games. She'll be eyeing another one this evening.
Yes, and she gets the ball tonight. In her last start, finally starting to look like herself, really starting to have command and have a lot of control.
It's Faremo. It's Brady. Let's do it from Salt Lake City. An early bunt is on the line. And this Talons defense up to the task as Maya Brady is retired.
And I could barely get in my seat. Maya Brady trying to make things happen. I like the strategy, putting the ball in play, making this Talon defense make plays, but they answer and get their first out of the game.
No one has thrown more innings for this Talons team than Megan Faremo over the 2 years in the AUSL. She deals here to Sydney McKinney, hitting in the 2-hole, making her season debut after her year came to an end over in Japan. Back, and the Talons have one of the league's best hitters from a year ago, and she picks up right where she left off. A single for McKinney, who led the league in average a year ago in her first plate appearance.
And this Sydney McKinney might be the spark that the Spark needs, but she's just coming off of playing a full season in Japan so far, and so she is game ready, and she is hot.
An already deep lineup gets a little bit deeper for GM Kirk Walker, head coach Amber Flores. And Sydney Romero steps to the plate. Romero slides down in the lineup this evening with McKinney back from Japan. She'll be in a new position as well over at first base after she had been the primary shortstop the stages of this year. Swings at this one to third. Woolery goes to second. The return throw is not in time, unable to turn the double play as McKinney is gunned down.
Just some solid defense from the Talons. Jordan Woolery, the hot corner at third, but just ensuring they get that first throw of the double play and get that first out. Runner on first for the Spark.
5 pitches, 2 outs for Faremo. Now has to deal with her former college teammate at UCLA and Delaney Wiz. Maya Brady gets all the hype on this Spark team, but Wiz is having a great year, second in the league with 4 home runs this season. And Faremo quickly ahead of 97 and White, 0-2. .323 hitter on the year for Wiz. 0-2 from Faremo, bounces and gets through the wickets of Savannah Jaquish, who's seen more time behind the plate lately, with Charlize Palacios, the starting catcher, going on the injured list.
Yes, and Savannah Jaquish, she's just been doing a great job of stepping in there and taking leadership role behind the plate. Talons haven't skipped a beat.
Faremo trying to get out of the first inning unscathed. 1-2, another bouncer. Here goes Romero, and back-to-back wild pitches give the Spark a runner in scoring position.
You can see Megan Faremo going to back-to-back drops. That is something that she has been working on, is going to that drop and more of these hitters' counts. Knowing that she can't go to her bread and her butter, her rise. Trusting her catcher, trusting Savannah Jaquish. Put those balls in the dirt.
Spark 4 for their last 25 with runners in scoring position as Faremo misses upstairs. She was cruising and now suddenly looks a little out of sorts. Still a pitch away from getting out of the inning. Off the plate, Wiz shows a good eye. Runners on the corners now. With 2 outs as Bubba Nichols Camarena comes to the plate, another former teammate of Faremo.
And the key for Megan Faremo is to get that drop working for her. That has been a key for her success the last few starts, changing the look.
And she has just lost the zone. 5 straight balls for Faremo after getting ahead 0-2 on Delaney Wiz. Early pressure pitches for Faremo. Gets the pop-up. Will Woolery have enough room? Near the fence, makes the catch. And Faremo gets out of trouble here in the first. We head to the bottom of the first when we come back. Inning where Maya Johnson will take the circle for her 5th start of the year.
Yeah, and Maya Johnson gets the ball in her last start, suffered her first loss as a starter versus the Portland Cascade. And so tonight, just trying to get back into the groove, trying to set the tone in the circle for the Spark.
She will face a Utah Talons lineup that sees Aaliyah Andrews leading off once again. The 2-3-4 hitters have been driving this high-powered Talons offense lately. It almost feels crazy to say that after how they started this year. It was more pitching than hitting. Lately, this offense has looked really good.
Yeah, and I think just the addition of having Jadalyn Alchin move up into that 2 spot, the combination of Andrews, Alchin, and Woolery and Wyckoff just have been working so well together at the top of the lineup.
First pitch from Johnson to Aaliyah Andrews. Misses. Andrews had a hit yesterday. Lays down the bunt here. Going to be a tough play. And Andrews will reach to lead things off.
And I love this. Maya Brady's trying to put down the bunt. Aaliyah Andrews trying to do the short game, trying to make defenses make play. And Aaliyah Andrews just showing off her speed.
And speaking of Maya Brady, during the inning, wholesale changes defensively because Maya Brady did not go out to center field. So we saw a reshuffling. Wiz goes from DP to first. This was that play in the first. Did you see anything?
Didn't see anything at the time, but it seems like at the end right there, she kind of pulled up a little bit. Something feels off, but knowing last year she had a hamstring injury, so hoping it's not that.
Alchin works underneath the 1-0 into right field where Amari Harper is. First down of the inning, there's Brady in the dugout. So with her out of this game, you see Bubba Nichols-Camarena go out to center field. Sid McKinney, who was supposed to be at shortstop, now is in left field. Sydney Romero is at short, and Delaney Wiz enters the game over at first. And if that sounded like an Abbott and Costello skit, you think of who's on first. Yes, there are 3 Sydneys on the field right now. Try to keep that straight.
Just trying to make our life a little bit tougher here. Maya Johnson, you'll see her go side to side. She'll go up with that rise, predominantly in college, going more up in the zone, and now she's utilizing that curve a little bit more.
Why is she having to do that at the pro level?
Because she's got to keep the ball in the park. You're facing these elite hitters. Anything that's elevated up in the zone, for sure, you'll see that out of the park. So trying to induce more ground balls, keep that ball in the ballpark.
This is outside to Jordan Woolery. The standout from UCLA, who was the first-round pick of the Utah Talons. She has really started to come on strong over these last couple of games. Andrews is going, the throw down. A clean throw would have gotten Andrews, but it's a successful stolen base for a Talons team, Natasha, that we've seen running a lot more lately.
I think that has been the difference for the Talons, them putting more runners in motion. They are leading the league now with 8 stolen bases, and Aaliyah Andrews just being able to get in there. She finds herself in scoring position.
And yes, you can steal a base in the AUSL. That's been called into question lately as the catchers have been so good around the league as Woolery goes down swinging for out number 2. Talked about the stolen bases, none in the first game, 8 in the last 6, although maybe a bit deceptive. The Talons hit into some bad luck in those early games as Kaylee Wyckoff grounds out for the final out of the inning. It's a scoreless opening frame here in Salt Lake City. Well, that is a scary duo. Maybe you could argue the best pitching duo in the league so far. The Blaze might have something to say about it with Ocasio and Pickens.
I definitely would say that they are the best 1-2 punch, and both so similar. You know, they predominantly throw that rise ball side to side, so being able to bounce off of one another, and both of them this year both implementing more drops, more a little bit, Megan Framo more off speed and drop, but Montana Fouts, we saw her go into her drop a lot as well, and so trying to continue to develop and make the adjustments.
Framo working to Jessie Warren as that one's followed back. And forgive us, Georgina Cork, we have not forgotten you. Last year's pitcher of the year in the AUSL is back, and an already loaded Talons pitching staff just got a massive boost.
Yeah, and having her back is just another look. Just so much precision. She's got so much knowledge of the game.
Ground ball back to Framo, an easy flip to first. And Framo, after allowing 2 to reach back in that first inning, retires Jessie Warren to lead off the second. As much as I love or would love to be in Cindy Ball Malone's position, the head coach of the Talons, when it comes to this staff, she's got some tough decisions to make.
But can't go wrong. Any way you go, you've just got so many different leaders that can lead in the circle and can provide so many different looks.
Here's Amari Harper, the rookie out of Oregon. Swings at that pitch, lofts it into center, drops in front of Aaliyah Andrews. Can't say that all the time. Harper is aboard.
And Amari Harper, just such great hands. An off-speed pitch, her ability to just stay in her legs, but just take a look at her hands. She's got that split grip for barrel control, but just stays through it. Just beautiful.
Sydney Sherrill steps in, stares at a first pitch strike. Dropped from 5th in the 8th to 8th in the lineup today. Has been a little quiet at the plate. 2 for her last 14 at the dish. Pounds this one into left. Alchin takes 2 steps to her right to make the catch for out number 2.
Just aggressive swings. With Megan Framo, you know that you can always err on being aggressive, hence why she started to throw more of that drop ball, something that's out of the zone. But anything that she elevates side to side, if I am the spark, I am swinging big and swinging hard.
Here's Haley Lee at the plate for the Sparks, swinging at the first pitch. Ground ball, Wyckoff has some trouble, sticks with it, steps on first. It's a clean inning. Is with us as well. Maya Johnson back out there for her second full inning of work. And she will face Hannah Flippen, who makes her return from the injured list. For all the success that the Talons have had, they come into this game 7-3. Natasha, they have been banged up, and to get someone like Hannah Flippen back is a nice boost.
It is an incredible boost. She is such a leader for this team. And even when she wasn't in the lineup, she was a leader in the dugout, almost like a next coach, and helping scouting reports, just giving a lot of advice to the athletes, but good to see her back.
She goes down looking here as Johnson picks up K number 2 on the evening.
Maya Johnson just going to work, just 3 pitches, and that was that drop on the inside. So she has the ability to go side to side, but changing eye levels with that drop on the inside corner.
We touched on Sid McKinney coming back from Japan. We talked about Georgina Cork in the last inning, but this is a Spark team that gets a lot of new pieces back on the pitching staff. You have to imagine Maya Johnson is breathing a sigh of relief because she's had a heavy workload early this year.
Yeah, she's had a heavy workload, and it's, you know, right now you just want to settle into a rhythm, and now getting those pitchers back, you now can kind of feel how you're going to work as a staff together and really settle in.
And certainly no disrespect to the Cassidy Kurds of the world and the Lindsey Grinds, the Ruby Malins, who did a really nice job of keeping this team afloat, but they've got some horses back in the starting rotation.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see how the rotations will start to look. And now 2 lefties, Maya Johnson and Jalen Ford, you've got on your staff, Maddie Penta, who can go on both sides of the plate. She'll mix it up a little bit. So it'll be nice to see how this pitching staff starts to form together.
Johnson coming right at Jaquish, who's been swinging a hot bat lately after some real struggles early on in the season. Her hot hitting at the plate has corresponded with her being behind the plate more, has made 5 straight starts at catcher. Has 5 hits in her last 4 games. As Haley Lee called time. Fighting off a couple of tough pitches. Natasha, what was your approach in a 2-2 count?
In a 2-2 count, I am still looking to hack. I know that the pitcher doesn't want to get too far behind, so still swinging aggressively.
Johnson trying to dot that outside corner with the drop ball. Jaquish moves the count to full. The payoff from the lefty. And Jaquish hit that one a mile. If you're in our TV truck down the left field line, watch out. That one might come your way.
Yeah, and Jaquish is laughing at herself. Her ability to get her hands there and just spin on it and just kind of spoil that pitch.
It's where if you're in the dugout, you just yell, straighten it out, Jaquish. Unable to do so as Johnson has back-to-back Ks. A firm stop for the rookie. And coverage of Athletes Unlimited Softball continues tomorrow when the Chicago Bandits take on the Texas Volts. Join us at 8 Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. And speaking of the Volts, picked up their 2nd win of the year. As Jesse Warren makes the catch in foul territory for the final outs of the inning. We'll talk about the Volts when we come back. End of 2 here at Dumpke Family. As we head to the top of the 3rd inning here in Salt Lake City. First pitch swinging by Grace Jenkins. In there for Maya Brady. We were wondering what would happen when that spot in the lineup came up. There is our answer, a ground out from Jenkins.
And most likely the spark just being precautionary and a lot of games left.
Here's Sid McKinney, shows bunt. It is foul. And right before we went to break, we teased the 2nd win of the year for the Texas Volts. And kind of a mix of pitching and offense. Aaliyah Binford just did it all for herself. Goes out there, spins in the circle, hits a pair of home runs as the Volts get the win.
Yeah, it has been incredible to see Aaliyah Binford just go to work. But the Volts really needing some type of volt. Just all around it wasn't working. Pitching wasn't working, hitting wasn't working, and so they finally get their 2nd win.
Maybe could we say they needed a shock?
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, a volt, a shock, something.
Grounded back to Faremo. Tough flip. Wyckoff sticks with it. 2 quick outs here in the 3rd. And Faremo doing a really nice job of working ahead of these OKC's hitters. Just 29 pitches so far for Faremo as she steps out of the circle. Sydney Romero swinging at the first pitch. You touched on the aggressiveness for this Spark team early. Do you like that against Faremo?
I do, but Faremo is making her adjustments, and so earlier in the count, in those hitters counts, she's going with that drop, just a hard pitch to sit. I want to think more curve and screw.
Romero stays with the outside pitch, drives it. It'll roll to the wall. Romero's going to be on 2nd with a 2-out double. Lost a hitting streak yesterday, starts another one here today.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. If I'm hitting Faremo, I am thinking something side to side, and this is a curveball on the outside half. And Sydney Romero, just one of the most elite hitters in this league, making it look easy, standing on 2nd, stand-up double.
Romero, a professional hitter, 8th pro season. She's been such a big part of this team, and I think her versatility is going to be huge down the stretch of this year when you get Sid McKinney back. You can put Romero at so many places.
Yeah, and coming in today, we had her at first before Maya Brady went down, so just so much versatility. She's also a leader. She just talks about, she practices what she preaches as a coach. So paying attention to the detail, taking care of the game, and respecting it as well.
Whiz down the left field line, hooking foul. And our third base umpire, Smokey Eds, who was a part of quite the play at the plate yesterday, signals that one foul. Natasha, you thought that was closer.
And maybe we have a bad angle or something, but I thought that was clearly fair. But, you know, hey, I'm up here, they're down there. I thought that hit inside, and the way that everybody played it almost felt like it was a fair ball. But let's take a look again. Okay. It's foul.
We'll blame it on the sun.
Yeah.
There's a little tricky down that third baseline.
There's a glare. All right.
I mean, you did play a long time ago. Could your eyesight be going out?
Possibly.
I went there.
Oh, gosh.
That sun is glaring down the third baseline. Although we did have this conversation pregame, Jalen Ford, who could make her debut in this game, her first professional season was your last back in 2016.
Yeah, you're really putting things in perspective now.
Digging myself a grave over here.
Yeah.
Outside pitch as Wiz works her second walk of the evening. Notice I never use the word old, though.
Yeah, you're working around it, but I am catching your drift.
Picking up what I'm putting down, yes, I guess, right?
Yes.
Runners on first and second here with 2 outs. Spark trying to break through. Bubba Nichols, Camarena following out to third with a pair of runners on back in the first inning. A chance to atone here in the third.
And that's the pitch right there. Bubba Nichols, Camarena, she knows she may not get another one that looks like that.
Follows one straight back, and now Faremo has a chance to put away her former teammate. Heavy UCLA vibe here at the ballpark. A lot of connections. Kirk Walker used to be at UCLA, now the general manager of the Oklahoma City Spark. And we can't forget Lisa Fernandez, the general manager of the Talons, who was one of the best pitchers ever out of UCLA.
Yeah, there are Bruins everywhere. And they're hanging out. GM Lisa Fernandez and GM Kirk Walker. It's so hard to say that GM in front of there, but both of them comparing notes.
He was an associate head coach of this Talons team in year 1 under Howard Dobson. Talons won the inaugural league title over the Bandits in that championship series down in Tuscaloosa. Now on the other side, 2s are wild. Nichols Camarena underneath it. Coming over to make the catch is Caroline Jacobson for the final out here in the third.
I think we just got together as a team, just wanting to make adjustments quicker. I thought we had long at-bats as a team, but just not producing what we wanted to. So just trying to make those adjustments quicker from hitter to hitter.
Sydney, you've been a couple years removed from the college game. You graduated in 2022. Just give me a walkthrough of how you've continued to develop, stay in the game. What's that been like for you?
I think coaching college softball helps a lot, just staying in the game. I was blessed to play with the Spark for 3 years prior to this year, so definitely get to still be playing in the summer. But just coaching, I coach at a D2 in Oklahoma. It's actually where our home site is for the Spark. So just coaching there, I think, and being around it every day, it helps me, just stay in the game. And I'm actually learning a lot from my girls, just as much as I can be teaching them.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you're implementing in your game now? What are you adding to it?
Adding to my game is what you said?
Adding to it, working on.
Yeah, I think just like getting live at bats from my girls and at the D2 level really helps me. They let me do stand-ins with them, and I think they think it's really cool when I get to hit off them. So just doing those types of things out of season really helps me prepare for this season. Me and you, Jess.
Jacobson works the walk. She'll be on first. And Sydney, you mentioned you were with the Spark previously before this organization joined the AUSL. What's been the biggest adjustment for you now being in the AUSL?
I think just the competition has been just been absolutely way more competitive. I think this league is filled with really great players, so it's been super fun to prepare for that and just be competitive in that aspect.
Here's Taylor Beal at the plate for the Talons. Shows bunt, can't get it down.
Yeah, Sydney, just talk about what the vibe has been with the Spark so far and just the camaraderie, who's been leading, who's been stepping up. What's it been like? Give us the insights.
Yeah, it's been so fun. I mean, just being able to be on a team with Jessie Warren again, and obviously the other greats like Maya Brady and Sid Romero.
Warren goes to second. Jacobson is out. The former FSU teammate coming through right there to get the out at second. Sydney Ball Malone out of the dugout. Could we see a challenge?
Yeah, Bugs.
Doesn't look like we will. How much fun is it being on an infield with Jessie Warren again?
It's so much fun getting to just be a part of plays like that and just be on the same field as her. It's been like 10 years. I got you.
Okay, give us a little bit of insight. So Aaliyah Andrews is up to bat. You got runner on first. What's you and Sid Romero's coverage on this play?
Yeah, I think we're going to play for like the slap and the bunt here with first base back. And so I'm just going to be getting everything at second here, trying to probably feed the left side of the infield.
Pitch misses inside to Aaliyah Andrews.
Me and you, Jess. Yes, Sid. Yeah, Lily. Yep. We'll do it. Good stuff, Maya.
Well, Sydney, we're going to step away and listen to you play the position.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thanks for joining us.
From Florida State.
Yes, we love her. She's great.
Love her. Yes, love you, Coach. Bye, Tosh. Thank you.
Yes, good job.
Me and you, Sid. Here you go.
Leah Andrews has worked herself into a hitter's count on the 3-1, tries to lay down the bunt,
Good stuff.
and fouls it back. Really is fun to see some of these college teammates that played together back in the day get a chance to reunite here at the pro level.
Yeah, because you just never know that you'll get to see them again.
Yeah, me and you, Sid. Here you go. Yeah, Jess.
Having them play in the pro league together, and just such a fun dynamic, the two of them.
Another foul ball, and Florida State fans with some fond memories of that Cheryl and Warren crew. A 2018 national championship for Lonnie Alameda's side, the only national championship in Florida State history.
Yeah, and I loved the shout out to Coach, just how much impact she has been in their lives. She's still giving a shout out mid-game.
That's when you know you've really made a difference. Yeah, Andrews seeing a lot of pitches as a leadoff hitter. That's exactly what you want to see out of that top spot in the lineup. Missed inside the throw down. It wouldn't have mattered because Andrews works the walk. And now the Talons will have a pair on with one out here in the third.
Yeah, and just the Talons just doing so much work of getting runners in motion. Again, yes, Leah Andrews ends up walking, but you can just see the strategy completely shift these last two series. A lot of movement and pressure putting on defense for the Talons.
And we touched on this early. That's a perfect example, Natasha, of plays early in the year where the Talons would have had a stolen base, and now they don't because the walk negates it.
Right. Not putting that ball in play, and everything working in their favor offensively.
In this situation, what are they saying? You were in huddles just like this. What are they saying to Maya Johnson?
Right now, you've just got to rely on your defense a little bit. She's all over the zone, haven't really been able to find it, going deep with Aaliyah Andrews. And so right now it's just, hey, let's try to use our defense here. Let's maybe play for a double play.
How will Maya Johnson respond after the quick visit from Courtney Elkins? One out, runners first and second. Here in the third, Alchin swings at the first pitch and sends it through the right side. Taylor Beal got the stop sign at third as Amari Harper came up ready to throw one home. Alchin continuing to hit with runners in scoring position.
Jalen Alchin, I mean, she has just been so money. It has been so evident. Her moving up in this lineup has been the difference and just continuing to make things happen. This is a drop, and similar to yesterday, an outside pitch. She hooks it right side. But hits behind the runners, and this is always efficient and always
jam for Maddie Penta, who comes in making her season debut after just getting back from Japan.
Yes, and Maddie Penta playing her college career at Auburn, but just a different look. She's a righty thrower. Backdoor curve, she'll go side to side on the plate. She'll go up with her rise to go out of the zone. And she kind of stays mid-60s. Mid to high. She throws the ball pretty hard.
There was a monsoon of transactions in the AUSL today. The Oklahoma City Spark activating McKinney, Ford, and Penta. They got back Vaughter yesterday. This was the youngest rotation in the league, just 22 years old on average. Suddenly they're up to 26, and you've got a veteran staff to work with now.
And that just changes the dynamic. Just so much experience that this staff now brings.
And a huge spot against Jordan Woolery, 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position early in her pro career. And Woolery shoots it through the right side. It's an RBI. 1 run scores. Here comes Andrews. Slides in safely. Collides with the home plate umpire. But 2 runs are going to come in as Jordan Woolery, who led the NCAA in RBIs this year, picks up 2 to give this Talons team a lead in the third.
Jordan Woolery, I mean, if you look in the dictionary and you look up clutch, I'm going to see, we will all see Jordan Woolery in that dictionary. But this is first pitch swing. She's never seen Maddie Penta before, but first pitch swinging, so aggressive, never misses an opportunity with runners on base. But just a little unfortunate play at home. This was really scary. Lee Andrews sliding into home plate into the umpire, but all is okay. 2 runs on the board for the Talons.
Talons fans have got to be saying, can we wrap our players in bubble wrap right now?
Seriously.
3 on the injured list after Bree Ellis went to that list yesterday. Did get flipping back. She would be on deck as Kaylee Wyckoff, who's been one of the best stories this year in the AUSL. In that reserve athlete pool, got called up with all of the Talons injuries, and all she has done is rake since. 1-1. Swings over the off-speed pitch. Do you shorten up here 1-2 now?
Definitely. You want to make sure you just stay compact. You protect the plate with 2 strikes. Right now, just trying to get familiar with Penta, just trying to see what you see.
One quick note, both of those runs that scored for the Talons would be tied to Maya Johnson, also responsible for Alchin over at third. 1-2, and there's Maddie Penta's first K in the AUSL this season.
And that is what she does so well. She can go so hard up in the zone with that rise and go side to side with that curve and the screw, but can finish you off with this beautiful changeup.
And a first pitch strike to Hannah Flippen, and we mentioned just off the injured list. Struck out against Maya Johnson in her first plate appearance. And that one just misses off the inside corner. Penta had a really nice year for Nippon Seiko. The Brave Berries over in Japan. ERA under 2 at 76 strikeouts. Flippin' lines it to center field. Bubba Nichols, Camarena got a great jump on it and tracks it down in the outfield. But the Talons get on the board, delivering a couple of more RBIs. You add her 4 in the AUSL to the 117 at the collegiate level, and we're still not past Lauren Espinosa's record from 1995 that was 125.
She's just racking them up.
I think she'll probably break it in terms of year tally by the end of the year.
And if we could, I wonder if we could just do that. We could just use her college stats and stack them onto her AUSL stats.
I bet she wishes she could, but I don't think we can.
Okay.
Jessie Warren standing in against Megan Faremo, who has been really good so far in this outing. Has had to work through some traffic on the base pass. The Spark just have not been able to come up with a big hit. Foul ball there as the count remains 1-2 to Jessie Warren, who grounded back to Faremo back in the second inning.
Yeah, yesterday Jessie Warren had a nice day at the plate. I really liked her at bats and just her approach and just being aggressive on Montana Fouts. Not much else happening with the Spark lineup, but she looked like she was in a rhythm and in the zone.
And that one hits Warren. First multi-hit game of the season yesterday. 2 of the 4 hits against Montana Fouts. I think she would have rather get on base by the hit instead of that right there.
And that just looked like that's in a spot that is not fun. It looked like it hit her elbow, and yeah, that's not fun. She has the elbow guard on, but still sometimes that thing still can tingle and you can still feel it.
Somehow you put all this body armor on, that's what I like to call it, and that pitch still has a way of finding you.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if she didn't have that on, that's going to be 10 times worse. So thankful they've got all the technology and all the armor.
Jessie Warren over at first, Amari Harper at the plate. It's a situation where sometimes they would pinch run for Warren, but a bit short-handed with Maya Brady out of the game. And Nicole, you can give us an update.
Yeah, quick update on Maya Brady. It was on that very first at-bat that she had. It was on that bunt, running it out. It's a lower body injury. Right now, she's day-to-day. Nothing too serious, but she's able to just stay and walking around. We saw her moving, and I think that's the best-case scenario, especially with what we saw with Jessie Warren just then.
Well, you want to see her back out on the field. She's one of the best hitters in the world right now, and a big loss for the Spark here in a game that they really wanted to win, as Amari Harper was trying to take out her teammate down the right field line. Here's a look back at that play.
It was more towards when she got to first base and tried to reach out for that bag. Looks like she pulled up a little bit. Maybe a hammy, but definitely something got her at the end.
And she dealt with injuries last year, picked up an injury over in Japan, and then only played in the final 6 games of the regular season. Still found a way to have an impact, and she's bettered that this year. Incredible numbers.
Yeah, just like it doesn't even seem real. Like those numbers, her batting average and hitting over 500, leading the league in home runs, and she just doesn't seem real.
I mean, you flirted with a 500 batting average in your career at times, right?
Yeah, but
did it a little differently.
just way different, way different.
Into center field, Andrews underneath it for out number 1. And weekdays on CBS Sports Network, the CBS Sports HQ Spotlight crew keeps you up to date on all the top stories with highlights and in-depth analysis. alongside the two-time Olympian and gold medalist Natasha Watley. I'm Noah Frary. Final game of this two-game set between the Talons and the Spark is Sydney Sherrill comes back up. How much fun was it talking with her while she was out in the field? You just love the access that the AUSL gives us to some of the best athletes in the world.
Yeah, and just hearing her insights on what's been helping her as an athlete, being able to be a coach now in the game. And it's so interesting. A lot of athletes, when they become a coach, and you have to actually articulate adjustments, and that just helps you in your game. So I just think it's always unique when a player gets that opportunity to be a coach and be a player at the same time.
Now, you've also given her a lot of advice in your career as well.
Yeah, I had the opportunity of actually coaching her when she was on the junior national team, so that's how I know her. And she wasn't even in college yet. She was just a baby, and so it's been fun to see how she's grown in this game as well.
Sends this the other way. Alchin's going to make the catch, and if memory serves, Kirk Walker was also on that staff.
Yeah, he was. Good job. Yes, he was a coach, and so it's so crazy. Our softball world is so small, and we're so connected, and that's what it's so fun is. Like, even here at AUSL, there's just so many different generations connected. A Kirk Walker, a Lisa Fernandez, down to a rookie Carlin Pickett. You know, just across the board, there's been so much fun, and just everybody's so connected.
Lee attacks the first pitch. Beal, who's had a fantastic glove since coming up out of that reserve athlete pool, can't make that play. I think that's going to be a base hit.
Yeah, and this is the 5-6 hole. Just a little tough play because, you know, Jordan Woolery also has a lot of range, but Taylor Beal also has a lot of range, so I almost feel like she pulled up at that last second on that last hop. Not sure if Jordan Woolery was going to cut that ball off.
No official scoring decision yet. They're going to rule that an error. That's a tough error.
That is a tough error. But also shouldn't be a hit because I feel like Taylor Beal can definitely make that play.
Beal, known as an incredible defender during her collegiate career at Arizona, has shown a really nice glove filling in for Hannah Flippen, who was the defender of the year after she went on the injured list. More traffic on the base pass for Megan Faremo. Not all pitches are created equal. She's had to throw a lot of stress pitches early in this outing. Jenkins filling in for Maya Brady. Lines it to center field. And Aaliyah Andrews, Talons fan base, has showed out over these two games now in this series, really all year long. The fan numbers across the AUSL have been off the charts here early. You know, it really was a big decision to move to home markets this year after the league, 4 teams a season ago, kind of a barnstorming of the nation. But man, that decision, I feel like right now paying off in spades for the AUSL.
I would agree, and just how the local communities have stepped up and supported the game. And I think if I'm just a young girl growing up in any of these markets, like how cool that I get to be connected to my role model that's right in my backyard, and I get to come out and watch them every single night.
Savannah Jaquish leading things off against Maddie Penta, who came in to get the final 2 outs back in the 3rd inning after Maya Johnson left with the bases loaded. Penta making her season debut after pitching in the Japan Diamond League. It really is crazy to think about, with all of the talent that we've seen around the AUSL, that the league just got astronomically better with all of these players back.
Yeah, and just elite players. And Maddie Penta was so effective during her college career at Auburn, and being able to go over and play in Japan. And I just, you know, haven't had the opportunity to see her play in Japan, but I know that just when you play in Japan, it's a game of detail, and you don't have any choice but to get better because they're going to study you. And so she's definitely probably elevated her game.
Jaquish lifted for the pinch runner. That's Sarah Gordon, who was just activated out of that reserve player pool for the 2nd time this year with the Talons. She was called up when Bree Ellis went on the injured list. First pitch buzzed the tower there for Becker, who was able to pull back. Talons still trying to solidify that second base spot.
And in this situation, if you're trying to put down that sack bunt, just got to be so solid and in control as you move through the box. If you take a look at Rachel Becker, just trying to make sure she gets that bat head out.
What makes it so tough against a pitcher like Penta to get this bunt down?
Her movement. Penta is really moving the ball around. You can see her going to that screw and rise. A lot of upspin. So you want to make sure you get the top of that ball.
2-1 from Penta. Hit a mile high, but foul. About 5,000 feet above sea level. I learned that the hard way earlier this morning. Went out on a hike in a nearby mountain. This Florida boy was gassed.
Well, I don't know if it was a smart idea, you going by yourself. I mean, if you would have passed out up there, how are we going to help you?
It was that mountain right there. Look at our crew. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
That one off of our home plate umpire. Yeah, I grew up in Florida most of my life. Sea level. Got up to about 5,800 feet today and was feeling it.
I can only imagine. And you said that you were going to do like a sunrise hike, so that's where you missed me. I would have loved to have joined you, and the pictures that you had, they were beautiful. And Salt Lake City has been amazing in the summertime. I'm really enjoying it here.
I hear Nicole Mendez even got a hike in too, although hers was a little easier than mine. 3-2 as Becker goes down swinging.
And Penta just really starting to settle in, and you can see her working that rise. It's ripping through the zone. Just a lot of spin, a lot of upspin.
Jacobson worked to walk back in the third. Just retired at second on a nice play by Jesse Warren and Sydney Sherrill, the former Florida State duo. Almost had an inside the park home run yesterday. AUSL fans were a little torn on Instagram after the game on whether it was an out call or obstruction. We were a bit confused. We did get some clarification that our home plate umpire deemed that it was a clear enough play that the obstruction was negated. Went down as a triple for Jacobson as she flies out to right here. 2 outs in the inning for Maddie Penta.
Now back for the Talons, number 2, Taylor Beal.
That'll bring up Taylor Beal, who picked up her first error of her AUSL career in the last inning, although it didn't come back to hurt the Talons. Swings at the first pitch, drops it into right field, and she's going to reach. I don't think Rory McIlroy could have placed that one any better on a green at Augusta.
Yeah, and Taylor Beal has just been so clutch at the bottom of the lineup. She's done such a good job of being feisty, finding a way to get on so that she can work that back to the top of the lineup.
Have to start calling that amen corner. 2 on, 2 outs. Good speed on the base paths right now. Gordon at second. And Taylor Beal over at first. And Aaliyah Andrews at the plate. Andrews in a similar spot to this, back in that Volt series over the weekend, delivered a big double, her first extra base hit of the year. Drove in a pair, proved to be the game winner. There's the 1-1 to Andrews.
And facing a pitcher like Maddie Penta, this is such a good opportunity if you're a running slapper, someone like Leah Andrews that has a hard slap, to think more line drives, think more left center, use that up pitch to your advantage.
Screwball off the plate there to Andrews. Slightly different night so far. The Talons have capitalized on their opportunities. The Spark haven't been able to. And the bases will be loaded. Maddie Penta working herself into a jam.
Such great eyes from Leah Andrews, second walk of the night. She just did such a good job in that leadoff position, just to see a lot of pitches, really methodical. I like her in that leadoff spot.
And now Courtney Elkins back out to talk to her pitcher, Maddie Penta. You do this because you've got Jadlyn Alchin coming to the plate. And yes, there's a lot of hitters that are hitting in this lineup, but Alchin might be the hottest of all the Talons right now. Yeah,
and you're coming up to Alchin, a Woolery right here. And so here is where you're going to have to use your best stuff and try to stop this Talon offense.
Suddenly these three of Alchin, Woolery, and Wyckoff starting to feel like murderer's row.
Yeah.
Then you got Hannah Flippin.
I know, right?
Alex Leap out to break up the party in the circle. Bases loaded, 2 outs. If you're Penta, all you need is 1 pitch to get out of the inning. Alchin's been a tough code to crack, though. A multi-hit performance yesterday, already a hit today. Swinging at the first pitch, and that one came right into your living room.
She is on it. Just her swings, her approach. Just so quiet at the plate, has such good presence.
Talons struggled in situations like this early in the year. Came through in their one spot tonight. Can they do it again as the count evens up? Alchin a year ago had to earn her spot on this roster, and now she has become one of the stars of the Talons here in her second year. Ahead 2-1. How does that change your approach as a hitter at the plate, Natasha?
It changes nothing. I think I would have the same approach that she has had, and she's just been having aggressive swings. She has good pitch selection, so continuing that.
Now Maddie Penta a pitch away from getting out of trouble. That early part of the season, the Talons really struggled to come through with runners on base. They've stranded 3 so far. Penta trying to strand 3 more. Alchin drives one. Right field. Harper with a beat on it and drops it. 3 runs are going to score. Alchin thinking about coming home. Here's the throw, and Alchin slides in safely. Have yourself a night, Jadlyn Alchin. Maddie Penta got the pitch that she needed. But this Spark defense that's been the best in the league early on in the year, unable to come through.
Jadlyn Alchin, I mean, she has just been so money, hitting it on the nose, but this outfield, so much room, and you're just ready for these outfielders to make that play. But that was so tough for Amari Harper. She had to go such a long way. But Jadlyn Alchin, stand up, home run. Well, not necessarily stand up, but an in the park home run, and fire me up.
A grand slam nonetheless.
Yes.
Never seen that before.
Same.
And now Woolery comes to the plate, had 2 RBIs her last time up. Let's get down to Nicole.
Well,
At what point did you know that you were going to go for home on that one?
I think just looking at Jill and seeing her confidence sending me home, I know I had to go all the way out, all in. Sorry.
Woo, all in. You're a little out of breath with good reason, but what were you sitting on that pitch? You drove that deep into the gap. That was a great effort, but for you to be able to drive that ball where you wanted it.
Yeah, I know she was going a little bit. She's throwing more consistently, just off speed or slower pitching, so I really wanted to wait on it, and like that was the pitch I was hunting pretty much. Oh my gosh, my throat is so dry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I was just patiently waiting for that and taking my time, taking my breath, and knowing that if it's gonna come, like I'm gonna do what I did.
Well, you did it. Thank you so much, and take care with the Salt Lake air.
Seriously, thank you so much.
I'm telling you, it's the elevation it gets to you.
Oh, man. That's so good.
As Woolery grounds this one to Romero at short. Pensa was a pitch away from getting... I love this type of run support.
Yeah, it's got to feel good. I mean, just, going back to that first series and... Sorry, second series against Cascade, but so much run support for the Talons.
So this is what it feels like to be Carlin Pickens.
Yeah, she hasn't gone a full 7 yet.
Hasn't needed to.
Yeah, a lot of run support.
Every time Carlin Pickens, the rookie for the Blaze, gets in the circle, it feels like that offense just erupts. As McKinney, who picked up her first hit in her first plate appearance of the year, is back at the plate. McKinney led the league in average last year, 486, second in hits. And Dumke Family Stadium still buzzing after that grand slam in the last inning. McKinney fouls it off. And I'm a sucker. Let's show it again.
Sure, why not? I mean, this was just so much fun to watch in real time. And how pumped is she? And out of air.
Here's the 1-2 to McKinney. Just the second grand slam in AUSL history. Morgan Zirkle had the other. All right, misspoke there. Second inside the park home run. Morgan Zirkle had the other.
The first grand slam home run in team history, and just the story behind Jadalyn Alchin. I think that's what makes it so cool.
There's McKinney bidding for another hit. First game, first multi-hit performance. And Nicole, I hear you're making some friends in the stands.
I'm making a lot of friends here in the stands. You drove 8 hours from Montana to get here. You guys watched the game yesterday and tonight. What has it been like, the environment?
It's been so cool to see the pros play, especially being here with all my friends and my pitching coach Kelly and Paris. It's been so fun. I've just had a great time. This has been such a great experience. It's just been the best thing.
Yeah, and then you're watching this. We just saw an in the park grand slam. You don't see that too often. But the talent, what is that like for you, watching and knowing that could be you one day?
It's just it's amazing, and I can learn from watching here, and it's just amazing to see that all these females here are just showing us what we can be and what we can do, and it's just awesome.
It really is. I'm as much a fan as them as you guys are, so thank you guys for coming out. This has been fun.
Natasha, how cool is that?
It is. It's the best. I'm tearing up here because this is their norm. Their norm is to see these women playing at this level.
Hot shot off the glove of Woolery. Romero's going to reach. And that was not always the case. There was a lot of people like you and Lisa Fernandez and so many more, Kat Osterman, who played in those eras where there wasn't this access, and now to have the ability to watch these players up close is pretty special, I have to imagine.
It is the neatest thing. I just couldn't imagine being a young girl or being them and being able to see professional women's softball and just to be able to be so up close to it and have something to be your North Star. There is no greater feeling, and I just love hearing from all of them.
The future bright for this sport. As Framo misses off the plate to Delaney Wiz. Wiz has had a nice night against her former teammate, a pair of walks. Has a discussion there with our home plate umpire about where that pitch was located. Wiz was one of the hotter hitters for this Spark side for a long time. On a 6-game hitting streak, June 6th through the 11th. Maybe cooling off a little bit. Trying to pick it back up at the plate. No better time than the present as she lines one into right field. The Spark going to hold the runner at third, and they will have the bases loaded with nobody out.
This is the pressure that you need from the Spark to put on the Talons. They definitely have the bats to do it. That starts off with Sydney McKinney, Romero, back-to-back hits, and then also Delaney Wiz just getting it done. And so this is the part of their lineup that is so dangerous.
And this is a perfect example of how you beat this Talons pitching staff, because they've given up the fewest extra base hits in the league this year, probably helped by this expansive field. But you have to find a way to get people on base.
Right, and I think that that's the strategy. If I'm facing the Talons, I'm thinking singling them to death. I'm just shoring up, letting these pitchers supply the power. Montana Pouts, high 70s. Megan Faremo hitting 69, 70 tonight. So let them supply the power and stay short to the ball.
And look at that, Georgina Korik, the pitcher of the year, just back from Japan, is warming. Framo's thrown back-to-back complete games. You get the sense, though, that she's on the ropes right now. Can she get back up and punch back? One of the best pitchers of her generation. 3 times a top 10 finalist for the USA Softball Player of the Year award in her college career at UCLA. Facing a former teammate here in Bubba Nichols-Camarena. 0 for 2 against the fellow Bruin. He's fouled out and flied out. Infielders at double play depth up the middle. Pinched at the corners, ground ball to second. Becker has one play, she'll make it as the run scores. And the Spark are on the board as runners advance to second and third.
And the productive out. You want to hit right side. Just continue to keep this rally going a little bit, and Sparks on the board.
An RBI for Nichols-Camarena. Warren swinging at the first pitch. Woolery boots it. The throw. And a nice job by Jay-Woo to stick with it and pick up the out at first.
Jordan Woolery just staying with that ball. And it looked like she was going to try to go home. She saw Sydney Romero being aggressive, but as soon as that ball gets away from her, she stays calm, gets that out.
Romero did score on the play, so the Spark have hung 2 on Faremo. But if you're Faremo and you're able to get out of this inning here, you probably feel good about giving up just 2 after the Spark had the bases loaded with nobody out.
Yeah, and especially where you are in your lineup right here with the Spark. You know, we've seen 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the best part of their lineup.
I don't know about you, Natasha, but this game kind of has the feel of an old-fashioned Pac-12 after dark game with the Oregon players, UCLA, Arizona. Back in your happy days.
I feel that.
Faremo catches the corner, and Harper goes down looking. She gives up a pair of Talons who lead this game 6-2. As Kaylee Wyckoff, the rookie, steps in against an AUSL rookie in Jalen Ford out in the circle. Longtime pitcher in Japan after an incredible career at James Madison. She makes her AUSL debut.
Sounds so weird to say AUSL rookie because she's been out of college for so long, but Jalen Ford, just a power lefty. She'll go side to side on the plate with her curve and screw. She'll go up with that rise for a waist pitch. So much dirty movement.
and has her first strikeouts. Exactly how you drew it up for the 11th year pro. Coming in, throwing some nasty pitches.
And straight off of a plane yesterday, just came in from Japan, and it's like, hey, you got to get right back to work. And she's doing it with this rise ball, and she's getting a hot bat in Kaylee Wyckoff.
And I think the interesting part, too, you talk about how long she's been pitching over Japan. There's not a lot of scouting report on Ford right now.
Right, and the last time probably most of these athletes have seen her has been in college, and it's almost like you kind of go to the dark world when you go and play over in Japan. Not a lot of eyes on you, not a lot of visibility, but definitely she's been so successful over there. Now she's playing for the Toyota Red Terriers, a championship team. They just won the championship last year, but she's just joined the team this year and has just continued to get better in her career.
Here's the 0-2, bounces in the dirt. Veteran Hannah Flippen just off the injured list. Picked up that injury in the first game against the Cascade 2 series ago. Good to have her back. Going to be an interesting dilemma for this Talon side to figure out where Flippen fits back into the puzzle, because Taylor Beal's been really good at short. Do you consider leaving her there? Does Flippen play second? Maybe you flip that? No pun intended.
Yeah, no, but I almost think you put her at second, too. You know, that's been something that they've been trying out between Rachel Becker and Maddie Moore, of just trying to figure out who's going to be the flow. But if Hannah Flippen is your mainstay, your veteran, she played second base in college for Utah, so that's very familiar to her. So that'd be something I'd be thinking about.
You get the sense that that second base spot right now is kind of the final piece of the puzzle right now for the Talons, trying to figure that out. It's been a battle between Maddie Moore, who played her college ball at Clemson, Rachel Becker, who spent the final years of her career as a Cowgirl at Oklahoma State. But for all of that, this Talons team just continues to find ways to win ball games. They're in first place in this league yet again.
Yeah, and they just play such good softball, right? They move runners, put runners in motion, not necessarily crushing the ball out the park, and just very strategic, a lot of good run production, and then, you know, pair that with the dominant pitching. Just so many good ingredients for a championship team.
Fewest home runs in the league as Flippen follows that one back.
Jalen Ford is hovering around 65, 66 right now, and just it's the late break. Just she's got so much movement on that curve and that rise. So trying to hit that ball out in front before it has that late break.
Talons offense saying, look at me, it's not just about the pitching. As Flippen works a nice walk against the veteran Jalen Ford. And Friday at 9 Eastern, head out to the gridiron and catch a Canadian Football League battle. The Toronto Argonauts take on the Saskatchewan Roughriders right here on CBS Sports Network. After the walk to Flippen. Gonna get a pinch runner at first. Here's Maddie Moore. Get the sense they're still being a little bit cautious with the lower body of Hannah Flippen. That was the injury that she dealt with. You haven't seen her in the field yet. Just trying to be careful.
Yeah, just being precautionary.
She's a player that you want for the long haul. Speaking of Hannah Flippen, was a big part of that championship team a season ago and will be down the stretch of this year. Ford, a nice bounce back, quickly ahead of Savannah Jaquish, 0-2. If you're the Talons, you'd love to find some insurance runs here late in this game.
just thinking about this Spark team, especially with Jalen Ford, Maddie Penta, just they are becoming a more veteran team to me. Delaney Wiz at first, Haley Lee behind the plate, just a lot of vets that have been around for a while.
And Ford dots the corner. Jaquish has her second strikeout of the night as she makes the lonely walk back to the dugout.
They've faced each other in Japan, Savannah Jaquish and Jalen Ford. Last year, Savannah Jaquish not going this past year, but this curve is just dirty, so much movement on it and such good placement.
And this is exactly what you're used to seeing from Jalen Ford. Had a K/7 of close to 12 in the Japan Diamond League this year. All gas, no brakes for the lefty.
And Jalen Ford and Megan Faremo are both on the same team, and they're both in the game. They both play for Toyota Red Terriers. Megan Faremo has been there for the last few years and was on that championship team last year, so they just added Jalen Ford this year.
Becker's behind in the count. Faremo was here at the beginning of the season, actually worked it into her contract to be able to be back, wanted to be with her team here as they went into their second year in the AUSL. Runner going, the throw is to third.
It hit off, it looked like it hit off of Rachel Becker's helmet.
Thank you, partner.
No, she definitely was coming up firing to second, but let's take a look, and it looks like it hit off of Rachel Becker's helmet. Yeah, ooh, goodness. Ah, man. Ah, like just thinking about the ringing in your head.
And if you're Rachel Becker, fortunate that you were still in that batter's box, because if she had stepped over that line, that runner would have been out and the inning would have been over.
Right.
Haley Lee had a big caught stealing the other day. Looks like Becker's going to be okay. I should have known Haley Lee wouldn't make the mistake of throwing a third.
Yeah, well, we just kind of like looked up at that last second and saw that third, but I heard that sound and definitely off of Rachel Becker's helmet.
On the corner, did not get the call. Talons 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position in this game. An insurance run, 120 feet away for Becker. 3-2 and 3 Ks for Jalen Ford in her AUSL debut. Exactly how Kirk Walker drew it up.
Let the whole world know you're unmistakable. Can you feel it now? Come on, everybody.
The stakes high in this AUSL showdown right now. It's the defending champion Utah Talons out on top of the Spark. And you want more gas? We're going to give it to you. Georgina Korick, the pitcher of the year a season ago, makes her AUSL debut in 2026.
Yeah, Georgina Korick, just a completely different look than Faremo, and just a precision pitcher, just has so much control. She'll change speed, she'll go with her screw and her curve, but it's her changeup that's devastating.
And Cheryl sends it to left field. Jadlyn Olchen, have yourself a day. She hits, she runs, and she tracks down line drives like that. That's becoming the steal of the draft for Lisa Fernandez.
Goodness, Jadlyn Olchen, pump me up. She is all over the place. Just this catch is amazing. Her freeing up that bare hand, like that looks like that should be a logo on a hat. Just freeze that picture frame. Incredible catch.
Her former head coach, Howard Dobson, was quoted as saying she just does everything for this team. We've seen that on full display in this game.
We have, and she has just been incredible. Same thing Savannah was doing is what I was doing up here in the booth, and just putting my hands in the air and just praise Jadlyn Olchen. She is incredible to watch.
It is really fun to just be a fan of this sport. 2-0 catches the corner for Haley Lee. One fun note here, this is the first relief appearance by a Talon since June 13th. They'd had a stretch of 6 straight complete games. Just a dominant showing. Have not had to go to the bullpen much, especially when she's in the circle. 4 straight complete games this year for Montana Fouts as Haley Lee works the walk.
Just a change in speeds from Megan Faremo. Megan Faremo was hitting 67, 68, sometimes topping out at 70, but Georgina Cork, well, she'll stay around mid-60s, that last pitch at 66.
The Spark trying to find a spark with runners on base. Always have to look anytime a ball's hit in Jalen Olchin's direction. Even balls out of play, you somehow think she could track down.
She scales the fence.
Got a pinch runner at first base. It's Billy Andrews. Sent into left. Olchin underneath it. A step in fair territory as the catch for the second out.
It's got to be so fun being Jalen Olchin right now. I mean, she is just playing so free. And again, the story of her last year being the reserve pool player and just making such an impact, and now earning her spot this year, so much impact on this Talons team.
Her GM, Lisa Fernandez, had a great line during that draft. She said, "We're going with a talent to the core," and that's what Jalen Olchin has been in her career. Here's McKinney. 3 hits in her debut in the AUSL. This one splits the gap. Billy Andrews being sent home. And a 3-piece for Sid McKinney in her first game in 2026.
How about that? Just an immediate impact from a Sydney McKinney. These athletes back from Japan. Jalen Ford on the other side. 3 Ks in her appearance. But have a day, Sydney McKinney. Just some of the best hands. Just so compact to the ball. And that's exactly what we want to do on the Georgina Cork. And she stands up on 2.
I'll bring up Sydney Romero to the plate, and all I got to say is, if you're leading the top of the hitting category in the AUSL, you need to sleep with one eye open right now. Sid McKinney's back.
Yes.
Can Romero come through? Won't. Worked underneath it. Beal having to work around McKinney. Makes the catch for the final out of the inning. A 3-run game as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Prince Natasha had been all over this game.
My goodness, and she has been pumping us up here, and she is electric, fun to watch. I'm loving the softball that she is playing right now.
Olchin would be up 4th in this inning. It'll be Caroline Jacobson who will lead things off. It's Jacobson and Beal, and then back to the top of the lineup. Jacobson 0 for 1 tonight, walked. Back at inning number 3. She was a key cog of this championship team a year ago. Still scuffling a little bit at the plate, trying to find some more consistency.
It was fun talking to her yesterday and just hearing about her approach at the plate and how she likes to prepare. She says, I like to have moving balls. I'm not necessarily a T athlete, but watching video, getting a lot of reps in, a lot of preparation goes into her approach and playing at the plate.
And right now, she's just fighting for her life against Jalen Ford, who came in her first inning of work in the AUSL, had 3 strikeouts, worked around a walk with 1 out.
Yeah, 3 of 4 hitters face, and you can just feel the momentum and energy for the Spark. It almost feels like it has changed with the presence of Sydney McKinney, the presence of Jalen Ford in the circle.
Saws off Jacobson, 1 out. And I don't think anyone would have ever said this, Natasha, but you kind of felt like for the Spark, if you were able to tread water and put yourself right in the mix, like we showed you at the top of the show, sitting right in the middle of the standings, you felt like once you got these pitchers back, you could make a run in the back half of the season.
Absolutely, and that was really what was missing, was just trying to figure out the piece in the circle. They had the offense going, but what I'm seeing from Jalen Ford, I feel like they have just entered the chat, the Spark.
Quickly ahead here, 0-2 on Taylor Beal. The Spark rotation went from the youngest in the league to now one of the most veteran snaps. All the pieces coming together right now for Kirk Walker's side. Although being swept here in Salt Lake City would definitely hurt, but if you're the Spark, you're just glad to be heading back to Oklahoma after they've been on the road for 12, 13 days, 8 straight games.
Having that home stand and, you know, however this game turns out, I think that just the momentum shift, that you take that back home going into Oklahoma and things can turn around for them.
We're going to face the Bandits at home over the weekend, another team that appears to have figured some things out lately. As Beal grounds to first, easy for Wiz. 2 down. Ford is retired. 5 of the 6 batters that she has faced has to face Aaliyah Andrews, who's been the thorn in the flesh of this Spark team in this game. She's been on base all 3 times, a single, 2 walks. She's scored twice. They've not been able to get the speedy number 11 out. Maybe Ford's the kryptonite.
Yeah, and just looking at Aaliyah Andrews walking through the batter's box, I almost feel like facing someone like Jalen Ford, you would want to start to try to stand in, but she doesn't stand in much.
And Ford was the kryptonite of Aaliyah Andrews. Trying to finish off an 8th win of the year for this Talons side, who would have a chance to move a game and a half ahead of the Carolina Blaze, who are not active today. And that could loom large. Those 2, the Blaze and the Talons, going to play 3 in Durham later this week. As Cork falls behind 2-0 to Delaney Wiz. A strike on the corner, and what's the old saying? Like, you can't eat an elephant in one bite. You kind of just got to start taking some bites, and if you're the Spark, that's how you have to approach this inning.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. You just got to single the Talons to death and just try to figure out ways to get traffic.
A couple of nice pitches there for Cork, bouncing back after falling behind 2-0.
That's a changeup at 55 miles per hour, so almost a 10 miles per hour difference on her hard stuff and soft stuff.
And now steps off. Wiz trying to get on. Inside, that almost hit her. I feel like this is a big momentum pitch right now for the Spark. If you can get a leadoff walk here, suddenly things could fall into place. Cork sensing that. And Wiz, whose teammate was standing in the 3rd base on deck circle, still almost got hit. Moved to the other side so that she wouldn't get a ball in her face, and still almost got one. Here's the 3-2. Another tough pitch spoiled. Spark earned a come-from-behind win in Game 3 against the Cascade the other day. Eyeing another here.
And kind of the similar situation than what they did against the Cascade was just chip away. Again, you know, they had a Maya Brady home run, but
That helps.
that helps. But minus that, it was just singling the Cascade to death and just getting runners on base.
Ground ball, left side, Beal gloves it. Oh my! What a play by Taylor Beal to take away a hit from Delaney Witt.
I think there's a whole bunch of gold on that, and the difficulty on this play. This ball is on her backhand side and just takes a funky hop, but she just reaches at the last second. This is money.
And now,
Beal, put me up.
and now first pitch swinging. And the catch made by Alchin in foul territory, and just like that, the Spark are down to their final out.
Yeah, this Talons team defensively has just stepped up behind their pitchers, making some sweet plays. Taylor Beal, Jadalyn Alchin all day. They're having some fun.
And why not? A chance to improve their winning streak to a league-leading 5th game in a row. They were swept by the Cascade here last weekend. Partner, you and I were here for that. You wondered how the Talons were going to respond. All they did was go down to Texas, sweep the Bolts, and now threatening to take both from the Spark here.
Now, they have been a completely different team, just so much different energy, a lot of momentum on their side.
They're the defending champs, and they have to be considered the favorite in this league until some team proves otherwise. The league's a lot better this year. The Blaze are good. The Cascade, I can go down the list. Here's the 2-1. The Bandits starting to figure things out. The back half of this schedule is going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, it is. And just the Talons have just been a fun team to watch because they are just putting all the pieces together.
Fans starting to rise to their feet, sensing a win. Here's Corrick's 2-2. And Warren will keep this game alive with a cue ball up the middle. And that means the tying run is on deck. Cork with a big smile. Made the pitch that she wanted.
Yeah, but just off the end of the bat of Jessie Warren. And again, yesterday she just had some solid ABs. Seen it good.
A first pitch strike to the rookie Amari Harper, first year in the league, having to face one of the best pitchers in the league in a big spot. Oh, 2. Cork threatening to make light work of the rookie as this capacity Talons fan base rises to their feet. Here's the 0-2, just off the corner. Lesser man might have called that a strike and gotten to dinner a little quicker. The dinner reservations will have to wait for at least one more pitch. The 1-2 from Corrick, again off the plate. Those are great pitches, though.
Those are great pitches, and I'm just trying to figure out whether that last one missed, with just a little bit off, looked like, but...
So is Sydney Ball Malone, let's be honest. 2-2. Again, just a bit outside.
Just hitting those corners.
You just throw one down the middle right here, partner?
Not to Amari Harper.
That's fair. The payoff. Ball game. Corrick catches Harper looking. And the Talons have won 5 in a row. Their lead in the standings is a